Hi, this is Mrs. Patterson, and I want to go over the basics of writing a Java program. So, this is the Java program we wrote in class, last class. And there are two parts that you can see right now. The first part is our comments. Comments are for humans, they're also called internal documentation. So, when you write a block comment, to block out a section of code, you use a forward slash asterisk or forward slash star. And then you close it with a star forward slash. And make sure you use the forward slash, which is under the question mark. So it's the question mark key, but you don't have to shift. And that blocks out any code. So if I wanted to get rid of the word class, I do forward slash star. And then after it, I do a star forward slash. And now this has been commented out. That would be a silly thing to do because I really need the word class. It's a key word because everything in Java is in a class and I need to have the word class. So I'm going to use Control Z, just like in the rest of the world, and it undoes that and I'm back in business. If you put two asterisks after the first forward slash, that's a special kind of block comment in Java. And that's called a Java dot comment. And there are rules for Java dot comments because the Java dot comments turn into web pages, a separate program that's built into our integrated development environment, into our programming world, will actually come and read the comments and turn it into a web page. So I'll show you how that works right now. I think I can anyways. Let's see. Generate documentation. So I was under file, generate documentation, and it's building it, and there it is. So here's my documentation that the Java doc reader made for me. So it says the name of the class and what my programs are. Here's my since data. I don't have constructors and other things yet, but just so you know that it does make a web page for you. And you can see right here, it made a web page for me. And it put it in JGrass settings in this address. So you might want to keep note of the address so you can move the files to where you want them. All right, back to JGrasp. So that's a pretty cool thing. If I didn't have the two stars here, it wouldn't make the Java doc comments. So Java doc at program, hello student, at author. I needed to put IJ3 here. This is for humans, of course, and it didn't have that, but they'll match. Oh, IJ3. Sooner or later, there we go. There's at author, so it tells who the author is, and at since is the date. And we planned ahead. We actually finished before this. At purpose, I don't believe is a Java doc comment, nor at specifications. But I want you to have these in your program because I want you to know what the purpose of your program is. Knowing the purpose of what you're trying to accomplish will help you write your code. So the purpose is what the program is supposed to do. What are you trying to accomplish? And in our case, the purpose was just simple input and output. The specifications, which I normally just call specs, are how the program does it. And so in this case, for the input, we're going to use the scanner class. So for example, if I wanted to go to Providence from Portsmouth, Rhode Island, I could go through Fall River and take Route 24 to 195, or I could go through, take the Mount Hope Bridge over through Bristol, Warren, Barrington, and get to Providence that way. Or I could even go by the third bridge, the Newport Bridge, and go through North Kingston, Exeter, West Greenwich, along those lines and get to Providence. So the purpose was to get to Providence. The specifications are how you get there. Now, it might be that I don't want to pay any tolls, so I won't go over the Newport Bridge. It might be that I have to get there in a certain amount of time, and one route is faster than another. So your specifications are how you are going to accomplish this. Okay. I left myself an inline comment with two forward slashes just to tell me where to pick up for the next class. And so if you want to comment out a line of code, you use two forward slashes, and it's an inline comment. So if I wanted to comment out this line, I just do two forward slashes. If I wanted to write something else here, two forward slashes, this is a comment, an inline comment. And it will comment anything out to the right. So a block comment will comment out the code. For example, if I wanted to hide all this, I do a forward slash star. And at the bottom, I would do a star forward slash. Silly thing to come out all my code. But it's a good tool to use if you don't like what you've written. You can block comment it out so you still can see it, but you can recreate whatever you want to recreate. Okay. Java doc, 2 stars, inline, 2 forward slashes. I'm going to undo that because I want to be able to see my code. And I don't want this one anymore either. It's good to have comments. It's bad to over comment. It makes the code look confusing. So the name of the class, Hello Student IJ3, has to match the name of the file. And you can see right here, where to go. Hello Student IJ3. And I have the wrong address here. That's going to be a problem. Do you see the very long address? I want it to say the H drive. So it might or might not compile. Well, but anyways, we want the shorter address. And I'll show you how to do that. I'll show you that in a little while. Okay. So there's the class. You have an open curly brace and a closed curly brace. Remember, they're like 2 handles. Whenever you put in one, you put in the other. You may see some code that actually has the open curly brace on the same line. And this tends to be the way professionals code. But now you have to be able to see that this curly brace goes with this one. And I find that hard to see. So for debugging purposes, because we're learning, I rather put our open curly brace here. And we won't need one there. So you need an open curly brace and a closed one. The one method you must have in a program to make it work, or in a class to make it run, is the main method. And for now, you need the keywords public static void main, open parentheses because it's a method, capital S string, and args, square bracket, close parentheses. Right now, you just have to trust me, but that is what you need, and that's what's going to work. As we go on in the course, these different pieces will make more sense to you. Okay. So the main public static void main, the main function, the main method is like the green flag in in Scratch. That's where you start, you hit the green flag. The same thing is what main is used for. Just you have to write it out a lot longer. To show up any text, I need to use the system.out print line. So this will print hello Kyle. That's my text in quotations. It's called a string literal when it's in quotation marks. So it's going to print these words to the screen. The ln makes the insertion point drop down a line. So if I just have print, the insertion point will stay right outside the edge of the line, but I want it to drop down a line. So let's run the program. I can just hit the little run icon or Control R. And here's my output window, my console window, and it says hello Kyle. And that's it. When you hit Control B, it builds or compiles it, and that's the green plus sign. Control R runs it. And when you do either of those, it automatically saves the document for you. So I want to show you some escape characters. If I wanted hello on one line and Kyle on another, I need a new line character. I could print it twice, but that's a little bit annoying. So it's just \n. Backslash is by the backspace key. And that will put in, it's telling the computer, hey, I want an enter key here. Give me a new line. So I do Control R to run it. You can see it. And there it is. Hello, Kyle. So now my output is on 2 lines. And the next thing that will show up will be on the 3rd line. Okay, so if I wanted a blank line, I would do \n. And now 2 enter keys gives you 1 blank line. And you can see that. I'll run it. And there it is. Hello, space Kyle. Well, that's all for now. Those are the pieces that you need to know to get started with a HelloWorld program. Make sure for every open curly brace, you have a closed one. Make sure you follow your capitalization because Java is case sensitive. And main, the only capital word is the capital S for string. Okay, happy coding.